So I need to get used to it now, and I need to hold myself accountable now before I'm just like thrown into the deep end of, hey, you have to have 30 pages of edits done in X amount of time. The more I work on it, the more lines of dialogue or lines of prose that I'm like, I really need to add this into the story are popping into my head, and I love that feeling. Hi, hello, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie and I'm a multi-genre author. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back. It means the world to me. Welcome to Outlining Project Dracula Part 2. If you have not watched Part 1, I'll leave it linked up in one of the corners so you can go on this outlining journey with me. I am naturally a pantser. I like to just dive into the story, but I'm determined to become more of a planner and an outliner so I can make writing books my career and put things out in a timely fashion. But yeah, my plan for today, go to the library. I have to wait until 1 because that's when it opens on Sundays. I also want to get more work done at the library because I messed up my back, so sitting is like not the best, and they have standing desks there, so I want to work at a standing desk. I would like to finish Act 1 today. Since I already have 3 scenes written, I just have a few more, and I am making little notes of things that I need to include theme-wise and how the characters engage with the different elements that I want to explore. That's the plan for today and these next few weeks and the rest of this vlog, so let's get into it. Since this will be what I query and more of a traditional debut in upmarket fiction, I still don't know the exact label for it, but my goal is 90,000 words. I think that is a sweet spot. It's not too short, but it is not too long. This Cruel Fate, my dystopian fantasy debut, sits at about 94,000 words, maybe 95,000. So I definitely think I can tell a complete, rich, compelling story in 90,000 words. And I'm hoping that that is not too long, that it will turn potential agents or publishers off of the manuscript. And of course, after I get an agent, I'm expecting to do more edits after that. So I don't want to hold myself to this 100,000 word hard limit. I think that would definitely be the higher end of the story. Happy Tuesday. It has been a minute since I've faced the camera to check in, and that is because my back problems got so much worse. I think the last time I recorded my face and not just B-roll, I was going to the library to use their standing desks. Then after that, I could barely bend my back. So I've been living like a hermit. Writing update, I'm up to scene 13, which is in Act 2, and I do want to have this completely done by the end of August. So I would like to have the rest of Act 2 scenes mapped out by the end of this week, so I can spend the last week of August working on Act 3. And then, yeah, September 1st, we're just going to jump into drafting, so I'm really excited for that. I have slowed it down a little bit with the scenes since this is Act 2, but I'm just going to keep moving forward. I think this is kind of a nice way to just get out all of those scenes in my head, and then I can kind of decide if they're going to mess up the pacing or if any scene is going to be redundant or not really offer anything in terms of character or plot development, so then I can just axe it by the time I start drafting. But yeah, so far the outlining process is going pretty good. I'm really glad I've been doing this, and it'll be interesting to see how it makes the drafting process. So I think that will be the real test, is if I can hold to that outline then once I start putting pen to paper, metaphorically, because I'm going to be typing, and getting a draft done. Hello, it is Sunday and I am in Denver because I'm going to meet a friend that I've been mutuals with on Instagram for a long time. So I'm very excited for that, but I decided to come down a little bit early because there's a coffee shop that I've seen on TikTok that I've really wanted to go to. But yeah, I'm super excited. So let's go get some coffee. My Sunday was really good in Denver. I didn't film. But I loved hanging out with Tequila from at Dacta's Books. If you're on Instagram, you should follow her. She has excellent book tastes and book recommendations, and I love seeing her reviews, and she's always so creative on Instagram. And yeah, it was just a really good time to meet her in person and hang out. And the coffee shop that I went to was so freaking busy, and it was actually so disappointing. I didn't really like it. I got a mocha and it was so strong, and it wasn't necessarily like burnt coffee, so it was like fine, but it was just so bland. And but I got my reusable cup, which is really what I wanted because I've been following them on TikTok. So I got what I wanted. The coffee, whatever. Happy Wednesday. I'm about to hop on sprints with the Rocky Mountain Writers Guild, which should be good since I would really like to finish up Act 2 of Project Dracula so I can jump into Act 3. Happy Thursday. We have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's Thursday evening. So like 4 days left of August, which means I have 4 days to outline 1.25 acts of Project Dracula. So I have to stop scrolling on my phone and get to work. It is my hope that I can get close to finishing up the second act. I'm making good progress with this section. Bad guys close in, so this is the 50% to 75% mark. So it's a substantial chunk of story, so I'm not like feeling like I am terribly behind, but I do want to have this outlined done by the end of the month so I can start September drafting, and I want to give myself 2 months to get the draft written so I can put it aside for a month and let it sit. And while I outline TCF2, I also really want to get into the habit of holding myself to deadlines, because if that does go on submission, there are going to be more edits that will have to be met by a certain deadline as I write and sell more books. Those will also have to be written on deadline. I'm so freaking excited. It's Saturday afternoon. I spent the morning sleeping in and then I cleaned a lot, but now it's the afternoon and I'm so close to being done with the outline for Project Dracula. I made it to Act 3, got the beat sheet outline done from Save the Cat, and I started outlining the scenes, and I'm so close to being done. And this was definitely a much needed boost since I've been kind of down in the dumps since shelving my last work in progress. So I'm very, very excited, and I'm so looking forward to drafting with scenes, and I don't have to put in so much mental effort to figure out what these characters are supposed to do, and instead I can just focus on the character themselves and their motivations and how they're feeling about things and making that really shine. I'm hoping that this will be a fairly clean first draft. Yeah, I'm super, super excited and really looking forward to getting into the drafting process, but I'm going to get this outline done first things first. It's done. My outline is done. I'm So excited. I'm so proud of myself for actually completing a full scene by scene outline, and I'm so hopeful that this will make the drafting process just so much smoother. I'm so excited. So I'm going to end the vlog today because I completed my goal. We got the outline done. So thank you so much for being on this outlining journey with me. I hope you're ready for the drafting journey. If you made it this far and want to stick around for the rest of the process of writing this novel, then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and in the comments, let me know what your favorite or least favorite part of outlining or the writing process is, or something that you didn't think you would be good at and you tried it and you did it. And I will see you in 2 weeks as I start the first draft of Project Dracula. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.